Hey y'all. Yeah, how y'all doing? Y'all, we're gonna get into our reaction today. And I kinda like fumbled with the football when I chose the title. Everything I say is allegedly and some is what I see and how it might be. And it's opinionated, my opinion. Also, I would like to thank my mods, my members, my viewers, my workers, and anyone that contribute to this channel. I appreciate you. Because ain't no stopping us now. And shout out to all my retirees. Now y'all, this content is for educating, criticism, commenting purposes. This is what I see. And I chose these two young men to speak on them. These are my stories. Now, I've been seeing this problem for years. Okay. I looked at my title and I had to pick me a title. I changed it. Then I changed it. Then I made it work. I said the parents versus the system. Because that's what I see the problem in the young people community. Yeah. I'm talking about from 18 through 29. That community. Because what I see, I know this topic is not going to be what some of y'all want to listen to. Because y'all not used to people come straight at y'all and keep it real with you. See, I don't have time to make up nothing and pretend because it's real out here in this world. And y'all ain't surviving, young people. So I'm just a straight out person, just gonna keep it real, the real deal. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. The problem that I see a big problem with the parents and the system. Who wins? Who wins with the system? When it comes down to the system, who wins? The parents. When it comes down to the parents, we have a lack of responsibility. We run from our responsibility and then we put the blame on each other. Then the time becomes difficult because you're not a fighter. You don't want to, you think everything, the young community is spoiled. when I'm grown now, I can do what I want to do. No, you can't. Because what they don't understand, and we still listen to older people, you ain't got to listen to no proper older person. You got to listen to somebody real. We're going to go straight to the point. And that's what we are afraid of in our youth community from 18 through 29, realness, the truth. And they're not, what they got to understand is they are not upsetting the older community, but we are losing y'all to the community. So you right now, y'all want to pretend that it ain't the parents and the system. See, I knew within the system, changes are good, y'all. Let me tell you something. Changes are wonderful. But when the system interferes with your community in your household, it's gonna make it harder on you. See, it wasn't no problem back in my days. I didn't get it like that, but I got discipline, but it wasn't like that. But see what the reason why the system had to change, because y'all were going overboard. Y'all were going overboard with a lot of things. Now, what I don't like what the system has done to the community of young people from the ages 18 through 29. They're not making it out of 29. I know they don't want to hear this. See, y'all, this is a topic that are targeting you as a parent. Because we got lazy parents that don't vote, don't work, but complain. On everything free. So now they're gonna make the community become difficult for people like me who has to work, pay taxes. Taxes. These two young men I'm going to be talking about today, father failed them because they ran for their responsibility and left mama with raising a boy. Mama ain't got to put up with your foolishness now just to deal with you. But a real mom is going to do the best that she can. She going to get all the help she needs to move forward with her precious son. Now, I know a lot of men ain't going to like this topic because they are negative. They don't want to work. They want to keep from paying child support. They'd rather be locked up and get rid of you, delete you out of your life because they don't want to pay child support. Why would you quit your job? And they only going to take a percentage of your money. Only $40, only $30 for one child. The parents in the stage that I picked up on King. This first young man right here, King facing a long list of criminal charges. But guess what? wasn't Queen's fault. It was the system fault. It wasn't the parents' fault. It was the system. It wasn't the young lady parents' fault. I mean, and the young man, a mama can raise her child the best way she can to do what she got to do because you ain't in the life and they ain't got to deal with you. You can just take care of your son. But y'all can't even talk till you sit down and have a good conversation with your own son. You scared they ain't going to be your friend no more. So now you got to deal with the system. And seeing that I knew a problem was going to come within the community when it was working for everybody and folks started working good. And then they interfered with what was going on in the home. See, the system they spoil our young men and our young ladies. The ones 18 through 29. The reason why I say that because y'all was in a situation where y'all could do what y'all want to do. Y'all knew y'all could call the system on your parents. But now, the system has destroyed the community. Now they make it a way to put it back out there. You know they're going to do the same thing. Same thing. Put it back out there. Get rid of some more women. This boy, I'm not for this young man who facing these criminal charges. But all that ain't his fault. All of that is not Keon King's fault. We're gonna get into the video. I ain't in no rush. Because it's something y'all don't understand. See, last night, we was watching together as usual. Highway Patrol as usual, because I love me some situation and decision making within the law. How you break law, how the law breaks you, and what are you gonna do next? Somebody, I don't know how old they were, asked the question, why y'all laugh? Because this decisions are funny that you're making to set yourself up for failure. You're falling within the system. You're not following what your parents, some of y'all parents, some of y'all got good parents, but you feel that you got to follow through. No, I'm not feeling, I'm a kind of mother. I don't feel sorry for you, because if I feel sorry for you, you're going to go downhill. As long as I stand up for you and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do to take care of your responsibility, well, I stand up for you, but I'm going to laugh at you because you keep falling in the trap. This young man, Keon King, I know these people don't want to hear it because they sitting at home doing the same thing. They doing these things. Oh no, she talking about me. Hey, took boy. And I'm the type, I ain't gonna bite my tongue. But it's funny when I look at y'all young people fall in the trap of the system. Y'all paralyzed. The system had y'all paralyzed, and your mom and your dad and your grandma and your auntie to where you call me, I'm gonna call the police. They knew when they called the police they were gonna lock the mamas up and the daddies up just for discipline their child. But now you're mad because the parents said, all right, they yours. You raised them. They're yours now, sister. Because you ain't going to tell me how to raise my child. You can't tell no parent, not no good parent out there paying taxes and raising these kids and showing them love. When you discipline your child, you showing your child love. Y'all, that's love. If I let you have your way, you're going to fall within the system and you're going to go downhill just like Keon King in that Kayla Scott case. I'm tired of looking at it. I'm sick and tired of y'all. My people. I see the other folks talking about y'all within the community. Because you don't want to listen. You don't want the real truth. Feel sorry for nobody. I'm gonna feel sorry for you. You don't listen. You don't even listen to. You got some good parents out there, and you don't listen. But you're listening to the system. And you're being disrespectful. See, if you was raised right, you won't disrespect older people. But they start raising you, I guess. I guess they start raising you. But see, don't run the grandmama house, because grandmama got rules and regulations. Keon King, where were your father? Who is Keon King's father? You ain't got to, I mean, let me tell you something. If you know you got a child out there in the world, you know you got a child out there, stop running from your responsibility and making up excuses. You know you got a child out there. Y'all would rather leave that woman. That's because she don't want to be bothered. She ain't got to be bothered with you. You can still take care of your child. I ain't got to be with you for you to take care of your child. Keon King was failed through the system. My young people out there. He got trapped in his system. He got trapped in this system. And guess what he had? He was let out. He was let go. The girl dropped the charge. And the girl dropped the charge because she felt y'all wasn't going to do nothing to help her. The system. System. This young man, Keon King, let's see, can I find a picture of him right quick? So y'all know Keon King before we get into it. And I ain't about to sit here and dog the boy out. Because he got tricked. Hold on. Let me see if they have a picture of Keon. I just put a picture up of Keon. I ain't want to look at Keon. There you go. There you go. There you go. Keon King is the young man that I'm going to be talking about today. I mean another young man, but right now, Keon King. Keon King was failed by the system community. Y'all are afraid of the system. I didn't say bully this system. I didn't say yell and scream at the system. I said community. Community. system failed that boy. And when they failed him, he thinks that he can get away with murder. Because he liked the guy that away with murder the first time. Yeah. So today, we're going to be talking about him. We're going to be talking about him along with Kirkland. And with Keon King, let me tell y'all. Sad. Faces a list of criminal charges. Charges that he had before. They let him out because the girl was scared to testify. Because she was living within the month, she was living within the system. She felt that the system was going to fail her. And then he would get back out and he would chase her. But if she had a parent, where are her parents? And y'all got to remember, a lot of these kids raise themselves. Parents failed them. If parents brought them into the world, and some of them didn't want them. Why? I'm just gonna tell you the truth. People don't want to hear they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear this topic. Because this topic is too powerful, because the community is going to continue to fail. Y'all better get y'all community together, so when it's time to vote, you can get your butt up like you go to the grocery store, like you go up on the corner. These boys don't want to work. They don't want to take care of their responsibility. Because the system has made them lazy. And the community watch them every day. Warren Kirkland. You will hear about this young man, Kirkland Warren, sentenced to life in prison at a young age. Why are our young men in our community men's? Where the men's at? Where the men's at? They don't want to hear the truth. Where are you? This young man right here, the system failed him. The system failed him. Y'all, I deal with the system. I don't deal with them with what job I had for 25 years. I sees a lot. I saw a lot. I did. And the community was so weak, they didn't do nothing about it. So, Kirkland Warren is another statistic within the system. Was let free. Let me see, can I find a picture of him? He was let free just like Keon King. He did the same thing Keon King did. The girl had a restraining order on him. There he go. He 31. I mean, listen, y'all. Listen. This system failed again. But community, y'all have more power. Y'all got power and don't know y'all have power. Y'all are the people of the United States. Y'all are. Y'all are without the people, it wouldn't be no laws. Nobody want to hear nothing like this. Nobody want to listen to nothing like. They think that life is so fun. Fun. This is fun to us because we raised ours right. But the pattern our people, the young people, is going downhill every second, every minute of the day. This young man, if he had a job, if he had the mind of a man, 31, and he did what he did to his ex and her child. See, I'm gonna tell you something. The system failed her. She did everything she's supposed to do to protect her family. This young man now he got a name for himself within the system. Extreme endangered. Now he locked up. See, I'm gonna tell you something. What I don't like within the community is they don't want the truth. The community don't want to hear the truth. They are run from the truth. They don't want to hear the truth about what's going on in their community. They'll get mad when people talk about them within their community. Both of them boys were failed by the community. And the system, and we need the men that know how to communicate to the youth. The manpower not there no more. You got it in some of the men, but they need all of y'all lazy jokers. They need the lazy jokers too, because y'all keep falling in the system and responsibility of the parent. And when you got the system going against the community and the parents, and the system don't fail the community and the parents, the community and the parents, then what you got? You got life without parole. Because guess what? They don't listen until later. Because everything in life, our young people from 18 to 29 is not high school. Once you cross over the fence and jump over that broomstick over 18 and 19 years old, the law changes. This is not high school anymore. This is not college. It's reality. And reality belongs to the system. system and the parents has failed our kids. But if you have the community, the community can run the parents and the system. But we just so broken apart. We don't want to help. We don't want to help. We don't want to work. We want to sit back and play. And I ain't feeling sorry for you, because didn't nobody feel sorry for me when I was working every day and making ends meet up. I ain't have no problem with my baby daddy. They was good. They gonna do for the kid anyway. But y'all, I'm just saying, the parents and the community. There's no way this is supposed to be going on. These boys should have never been free. Young King and Kirkland Warren. Now, choices. Everybody have a choice they can make. And I always told my children, they grown, they had a good mom over him. And I had to work for them. I ain't talking about working on the job. I'm talking about I had to teach them too, along with the school, because they wasn't learning everything in school, because they can't learn everything in school. We don't even want our kids to be out of school on teachers' planning day. Teachers have to work. But y'all don't want to be bothered with your own kids because the system fails you. For me, since I was working, it hurt me not to be at home with mine because I had to go to work. The system had us working. And and I felt so sorry for the folks who had to work when it came down to the COVID. The COVID was supposed to be so bad until the system let certain people go to work and closed and shut everything down. As long as I've been in this world, I ain't never in my life seen nothing like this. They let them grocery store people work because y'all had to have food to eat. They had a lot of stuff open. They had to get your mail. So it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. See, I can say a lot about that part because it wasn't COVID, it was the shot that they were giving us. But I took the shot. It didn't bother me. I didn't get no reaction from it. It didn't bother me. Y'all would test it. Just like the flu and other disease. But I want to get back to the system and the parents. We, within the parents, can blame everybody else but us. We'll blame, y'all will blame me because I'm not for your child. Y'all will blame me because the foolishness. All of us been 19, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. All of us been there, y'all. That's why we here. That's why we here. Because we appreciate those good parents. When I say parents, you got people. I love children, y'all. I don't took care of a lot of kids. Not just mine, 5, but the rest of them. That's why we here. Child ain't making it out, y'all, 18 through 29, because you think you know it all. And you don't want to work. How in the heck, how come the people who don't work want to give you all the advice in the world, but can't even hold a McDonald's job? But talking about babies, want babies. Or leave that woman over there golden hair. What in the world you cheating for? Because the system got your mind full. You're not in high school no more. You shouldn't have dropped out of high school. Stay in school, young people. Because the system got y'all signing yourself out of high school when it's time to go to the 9th and the 10th grade. I'd never seen nothing like that before in my life. I said, I'd sit down and talk to boys. See, now I sit back and I laugh at them. Because it's funny how you know you on parole, on probation, and you see the blue and the red lights get behind you, and you keep going. I don't want to say the word I want to say, but you just keep riding. And jeopardizing everybody else's life because you fell for the system. Now you're about to be in the system. Now you're a part of the system. Once you get a number on you, you're a part of the system. And what you realize about these 2 young men, Keon King and Kirkland, Warren Kirkland, what Kirkland Warren, whatever the name is, Kirkland Warren. Is that the system failed those boys. That's why when they do what they do mentally, they get away with stuff. Can't let these young folks get away with stuff, y'all. And I always told mine, Beck, and since they want to change the system, like I said, well, nobody gonna tell me what to do with mine. I know how to discipline mine without touching it. I didn't have my dad had a military man. He really have to touch us. It was about good though. But it did some good though. It did some good. I appreciate my parents. I appreciate them. Cause I was something else. But I was when I said something else, I was a mean little old something. I'm sweet now. But I had to be because I had brothers. Now, I want to get into Keon King case first. I'm sorry. Y'all, the community got to get it together and stop being so jealous and selfish. Ain't none of us the same, ain't none of us alike. And stop being judgmental. Y'all got to stop that. I feel so sorry for my youth, my young people, you know, but it's just ain't too much I can do. It ain't too much I can do no more. I don't did my time. I don't took care of a lot of them. They wasn't mine. I took care of them though. I took care of them. The mamas know I did. The mama know. The mamas didn't have it. And guess what the truth? I had 5. But I would go alone and help this other child if they want to run track. If they got the grades and they want to. Only reason why I put somebody in something like that, hopefully they get a scholarship. Because the system failed them, making them think that they can't do because they think that they got to act up in school just for attention, because we ain't getting all only people getting attention is the one who acting out. So they're gonna make the good ones start acting out. See, first all the goods was getting attention. All the good people were getting attention. And I said, well, what about the other people? What about the other people? Now it on flip flop. Now the now the good turning bad. That's why you need the community. When them kids out of school, y'all got to find something for them to do. They still have work to do. Now, I called him my son. Okay, he part of our family. He from Chicago. And he live up here now. He just stopped by last night. He said, Mom, I was in Chicago. I had a good time with my family. And I said, well, that's great. All that snow up there on the part he lived, have all this had snow. But it was fun though. They were still going out and stuff. See, we see snow here. See, we can't do that in Georgia with the snow. Because we got ice. Sometimes if we get snow, only reason why we be so happy, because we ain't got the snow that y'all got. Y'all got snow. We have ice. Ice to let you tear up your car. We have ice up on our snow. So when we get snow here in Georgia, y'all start laughing. Y'all glad y'all got that little piece of snow. Yeah, we glad and happy to see that white, pretty snow. And then it disappeared the next day. Oh no, it was like it would snow and then freeze up on us. But we had some good snow this time. We were happy. Y'all don't know. We don't get it here like that. We don't get that snow like that down here. So of course we're gonna act different. Y'all used to snow. Y'all grew up like that. We didn't. No, we used to black ice. When it snowed so beautiful one year, I couldn't even see the road. I didn't know what to do. They had to dismiss the kids early. And I was scared myself going home because I ain't never drove in on snow. So part of the community. If the community were paying attention to the weather, they shouldn't have sent them kids to school. But see, here in Georgia, that's the first time we got some smart meteorologists, because every time they said it was going to snow, it snowed. But back then, that's the same there too. Y'all got snow? So if you know it's going to, see, Georgia, they got some, the meteorology people be on point now. We ain't used to that. Usually they'll say it's going to snow. Da. But they won't shut the school down until they see snow. They won't shut the jobs down until the snow get all on the street. Now we got to go up there and try to get the children out of school. Y'all shouldn't have let the children go to school no way. But the reason why they did that, because the system. Now we got that real snow. They got tricked. They played it smart last year. Because the snow came like it's supposed to. Yeah, I don't like all that ice. I do not move. When I had a car doing it that time, I didn't move my car. And one on UCU letting the kids go to school, because you got teachers that work from another part of the city. And it's snow on the ground where they from. But the system will sit up there and wait to the last minute to let them kids out of school. So I want to get back to parents. Sometimes, if the good parents, y'all got to make good responsibility, good moves and decisions. to know, don't send your child to school if you're going to do this and do that. And y'all got, okay, before I get to Keon King, y'all just don't know, parents. I did not want mine to go to school. I want to teach them from the home. I want to homeschool them. Now y'all can homeschool y'all, and y'all don't even like homeschool. I wish the world they had homeschool. I couldn't afford homeschool when I ain't want my children to go around them children, but they sick, they'll get mine sick. And I kept mine healthy. Now your children got to be around some, the other sickness. Because parents can't take off from work. Their job won't let them. So y'all, as a community, and it can still become a community. But there's so many dots in your community. But you can still have communities. Y'all still can have a community. So y'all can run the law. Y'all can run the system. If you got a stand-up community, they ain't gonna say nothing to y'all. They ain't sent me. I was watching, before I go to Keon King, I have to tell y'all stuff because I like y'all. When I was watching in the middle of the night, y'all, since I'm retired, I take naps, I go to sleep, I wake up, I do I can do all that now. Thank God for that. That I can go to sleep, and I don't know when I'm gonna go to sleep. I ain't programmed, but I used to be programmed within the system to go to sleep, to wake up, to go to work. But now I ain't got no system, and that's a good thing for me, because I can do it the way I want to do it. Your day gonna come. Just calm down. Your day gonna come. Now, parents, community, y'all got to get together. Y'all know that song? Who can I run to when I need love? Escape. Our community, our parents got to have somebody to run to, y'all. When things get hard. If you ain't never been in hardship, you won't understand. If you too bougie to think that you can't have hardship, you need to calm down. I don't care if you are a multi-millionaire. Because see, he gave it to you, he'll take it away from you. And then you won't know how to deal with the public better than a person like me. Now, let's get by. I hope y'all enjoyed this content. It's because y'all are blessed to be around someone who will listen to you. But you cannot control me. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Now, I'm about to turn it over to Keon King. And we're going to stop this in a few minutes. Most families are so separated now. We really have to find a community that you can trust and work together. I just said that. Right. Right. I just said that. And you know what? And the key word in what you just said, sweetie, the key word, you said a key word in there. What you think your key word was in that right there? We gonna educate one another. What was your key word in what you just said? To the point. What you just type, what's your keyword? Just give me one keyword that stood out the most. Right, there you go. There you go. See y'all. That's value in ethical in making decisions, life, trust. Golly, bam, jam, choo choo sham. I'm gonna tell y'all another thing I found out before I break his video down. Within the system, the reason why, if y'all go back and look at my videos, when I go live on StreamYard, see my witnesses are my two people who in the who watching now. They know when I go on StreamYard, I don't get many views on StreamYard due to the fact because the system block y'all from seeing me on StreamYard. But when I grab my phone, where I don't really want to use, y'all cannot find me on StreamYard. So Lanita have to get where she have to go with both sides. So if you go back, you know I'm telling the truth. Everybody don't get my that's the system. Everybody don't see this StreamYard. So when I get off here, it probably be like 5-10 people watched it. They ain't get it. They didn't get the notification to my StreamYard. But when I grab that phone, the views are bigger. But I like StreamYard. But I don't want to lose my people who love me too. So the system can make it do whatever it wants to do to break you and make you. So what you got to do, you got to tell your community. And they said, I don't even see your like button, Lanita. I don't even see your subscribe button. Where I can subscribe, where I can hit the thumb up. They don't know what you're talking about because I didn't know what you was talking about when I got on him. Now, let's break down this video. And people, don't be afraid of the truth. You don't have to have big words to know the truth. This is life, real life.
Scott is asking for attorney Shaka Johnson to withdraw from representing Keon King.
And you know that name because the 21-year-old faces...
This is the young man that didn't know which way to go through in life. He did what he had to do because he thought he was going to get away with it. But see, God had to stop him. I didn't want to say that. Hey, way too fast. I didn't want to stop this. I didn't want to stop the man right here. And he had the mama. Now, y'all, what y'all didn't know about this case right here is the Shaka Johnson man. The family chose him to be his attorney. And it's something more to this. I want y'all to listen to what he has to say. The man who will represent him, the family of Kater Scott wanted him to withdraw. But you got to remember that the system failed this young man. The system failed him. And then he had everybody else coming along with him to be failed. Because that's where the young people are now from 18 to 29. See, if I don't talk, that's what older people are supposed to do, is talk. That's how I'm here. That's why I'm still here. So if I got to bless somebody, bless me, I got to bless you back. That's why I appreciate my mods and the people who view the channel. If you really want to see me, you'll find me. Now, it's an attorney named Shaka Johnson. Turned him in. The mama chose him. His mom. Shaka Johnson is a good attorney. So they don't need him in a way to put him back out on the street because he's a good attorney. See, that's the problem, y'all. He's a good attorney and they can put him back out on the street. But if the prosecutors were so strong, see, the prosecutors not strong as I thought they were. They got to get better and stick with the law. The prosecutors got to work hard to keep him in there. So they want him to get rid of. But listen to Shaka.
Numerous charges in the death of Kata Scott, including murder, kidnapping, conspiracy, abuse of corpse, and tampering with evidence.
In a Change.org petition, the Scott family says in part, quote, Philadelphia attorney Shaka Johnson has chosen to represent Keon King in this deeply painful and high-profile case. While every person has the right to legal representation, this comes a point where morality must outweigh professional ambition.
What? Y'all, let me back this back a little bit. Cause guess what? Who can? You know what? I'm really upset. What happened to her? How y'all tell that man? How y'all gonna let somebody? Hold on. Let me put it right here. Hold on. Let me bag it. Here you go. They got up a GoFundMe to block this attorney that a high-profile attorney. Y'all want to hold on? Let me let the dogs out, y'all. Let me let the dogs in the backyard. Hold on. Cause they little friend crying. Let me let them go outside. Hold on, Campbell. Don't run over me. Move now. Wait. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. Stop it. He hear his little girlfriend crying. Hold on, y'all. Don't make me fall down these stairs. All right, y'all. Thank you, y'all. I had to let them outside. Woo, wait. It's cool like that too. Okay. I got mods. They know how to handle y'all. Thank y'all. Thanks for being patient. Now, Jesus, cold like that. What this family? See, Shaka Johnson is a great attorney. He's so powerful. He could get that boy back out on the street. So the family, Kata Scott family did something that they did a petition to let him withdraw from the case. Now, I really haven't seen that much in Georgia, but it can happen. I guess I didn't know that can happen. So they raised up money to get rid of him. But he don't need to be out of jail. He don't. But the system has to be punished for letting him out the first time. But what was so difficult about the first time is if you don't gonna come to court If the female don't come to court or the male don't come to court, they can't hold him. They have to let him back out on the street. But I can't understand that because it should have been a situation of what he did to her should have left him in there for a while. But they, to me, immediately put him back out on the street. So the system didn't get punished for what happened to that first girl. But you're dealing with a family that's going to fight to keep him locked up because he was the first man. I guess he must have represented. I don't know what happened, but it seemed like he don't dealt with Shaka Johnson before. But okay, let's listen to this.
Says in part, quote, the attorney Shaka Johnson case, while every person has the right to legal representation, this comes a point where morality must outweigh, but again, the comment from Shaka Johnson himself. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Who approached you to take the case in the first place? His parents. Keon King's parents. Yes, his parents. Now, are you the one that convinced him to turn himself in? I walked in with him. Yes, I turned him in. That was before he was formally charged with anything having to do with disappearance or kidnapping, the arson.
Wow, let me take that back. Listen to what he's saying. Here you go with the system again. Listen to what he just said. Listen to what he said. Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. The parents got to realize when they first locked Keon King up, he didn't have these charges. He didn't have all these charges on him. He was his attorney before all those charges was built upon him. Yeah, before all the charges. See, y'all remember when we covered Kata Scott's story? I kept on saying why they keep on adding stuff instead of do like LAPD do it, investigate it and get it all together and put it out there. But before he got the other charges, he was his attorney. So he walked him in before they put all the other charges on him. He wasn't he was just the attorney for that part. Not saying that he was going to win. He was just going to do the attorney job. But they know how powerful this man is right now. So we got to get him out of the way.
Kidnapping, the arson, the murder, subsequently, that was before any of that.
But you were already representing him officially at that point?
On the strangulation case that you've now heard about, that they're calling the first one, right? The district attorney contacted me directly. That's why these remarks are so, quite frankly, nonsensical.
So the district attorney, the district attorney appointed him. They did this. They know how good that man was, y'all. This man is expensive. But it ain't his fault because, see, at the beginning, that don't mean he was going to win. But on that first charge, it was just he turned himself in because of what that blah, 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 blah. Wow, this is crazy.
Contacted me, so listen, I understand you're representing Keon King on his first strangulation. No doubt there may be some other charges coming down the pipe, but would you surrender him? Consulted with my client, consulted with his parents, we decided to do that. Had no idea that this had any relationship to Kato Scott or this sort of. Why was the parents asking you representative? Just so did they, when they saw the news coverage, did they think their son did it? No. They came to me long before they knew their son was ever involved. His name was even swept up in this whole case. They had no idea. No idea.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Man, you ain't telling the truth. Yeah, you might be, but wait a minute. Hold on. What you say? What's going on? Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. What's the problem? That's what I'm trying to see. But let me see what I can. He doing some slick stuff right now. Him in the district, the DA doing something. I'm trying to say that, man.
Because the district attorney contacted me. So listen, I understand you're representing Keon King on his first strangulation. No doubt there may be some other charges coming down the pipe, but would you surrender him? Consulted with my client, consulted with his family.
Okay. So when he first got in there, he had no doubt that Kato Scott he did that to Kato Scott. How he not don't know that? How is he not gonna know that though? Oh, he represented him in the first charge with that first girl. He was gonna be his attorney for that first round, miracle round, when he did that to that first girl. He was already gonna be assigned to him. Then when it came down to Kato Scott, thing changes. Okay, I got you. So that first case when he did about the girl, and they let him out because with that first girl. Then since he won that, he gonna let him. They think they scared they gonna put him back out on the street. That's what it is. Well, good job.
We decided to do that. Had no idea that this had any relationship to Kato Scott or sort of. Why was the parents asking you to represent it? So did they, when they saw the news coverage, did they think their son did it? No. They came to me long before they knew their son was ever involved. His name was even swept up in this whole.
That don't sound right. What he's saying. That don't sound right. What this man right here saying, y'all. Like the guy, the newsman just said, what make it different if you were gonna represent him? So it was like he had to know. He had to know that mama turned him in when Kato Scott case came up. They ain't he trying to pretend like he didn't know, y'all. He trying to pretend like he didn't know that Keon King had something to do with Kato. Yes, you do. It's all over the news. Come on, man. Come on.
No idea. They thought that their son was in very little trouble. Why check himself in?
Man, come on, y'all. Y'all know when this came down to Kato. Okay, so he trying to he doing a good job. I like his acting skill, but he doing a good job. The mama knew what he did with Kato. The mama knew he was involved in Kato Scott case, and he did too. He knew too.
Well, they're law-abiding folks. The parents are assaulted. They're people. Their son is being sought after. They want to hire an attorney. Please get to the bottom of it. See why the authorities. So that's what they want to see. Why my son is being sought after with this.
What? That's right. Why does it matter? if he represent Keon King? What they got to do with Kato Scott attorney, prosecutors? What is it? What they got to do? You can hire anybody you want to hire to represent your child or your people. How you gonna tell somebody who paying for attorney who to represent, who to get to represent they folk? See, Keon got some money, y'all. Keon got some money, and I still, even if he got some money, the thing is, why he can't represent what going on, Campbell? Let me see what's going on. Hold on, y'all. See what's going on. Let me let them back in the house, because they don't run in the house already. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Dogs. Hold on, y'all. Let me get the dogs. Yeah. Stop, Campbell. Playing with me now. Where y'all come in the house? Why y'all? Y'all stay in the house. Stay on in the house. Stay on in the house. It's cold out there. Go down there and get them. Go get them, Campbell. Go get them. Go get them. Go. Come on back in the house. Y'all come on in the house. Come on down. Come on in, Campbell. Come on in. Come on. Get your treat. Sorry, y'all. I had let my churns in the house. I had let my two little kids, my churns in the house. Woo. Okay, baby. Woo. Goodness.
Because of the strangulation case, why was he out? The case was withdrawn. Let's bring him because the victim showed up in court. Because the victim did not show up in court. Why don't they just do it by Zoom? Well, no, we got it right. We have
And that's what I was explaining to y'all earlier. That you have to come to court. If you're gonna press charge, if somebody gonna get locked up, you're gonna press charge against them. If you don't come to court, then they're gonna let them go. So that's why he didn't represent him the first time, because they let him go. Now the parents, Keon King parents, wants to keep him. I can't understand why they can't keep him. Why they can't keep him as an attorney? Because the prosecutors, y'all supposed to have everything to keep him locked down. I don't think he was gonna win, but you never know with the jury.
But aren't there some where even, for example, like domestic violence So it's a situation where even if the victim isn't able to come forward, that they're still able to prosecute, or is that just a different scenario?
This is a slightly different scenario.
Okay.
But in this particular case, she was given the opportunity to come to court twice. She didn't come to court, and so the case was withdrawn. As happens, let me be clear, this is not something that is highly irregular. It'll happen probably 50 times today. It happens every day. And when I say every day, not once or twice.
Where victims are not
Where cases are withdrawn or discharged, or the government voluntarily withdraws the charges because the so-called victim or the complainant is not there. If nobody agrees to defend him as an attorney, is that when they appoint a public defender? Well, I don't know that many people would not agree to defend him. We represent, when I say we, I'm speaking about the criminal defense bar. We represent people from all walks of life who are accused of all heinous.
Oh, y'all, I know what's going on. I know what. Wait, Kyla. I know what's going on now. What it is, he was going to represent him the first time, and that was it. He was gone. But the district attorney was going to appoint somebody else differently for Kayla's Scott case. But he stepped in, and the family want to use him instead of somebody else. I got it. Okay, I got it. So Kayla family, what they got to do with his attorney? I still want to know, what do they have to do with Shaka being his attorney? I don't know how the district attorney works, because it's almost like who did they have appointed for Kayla Scott case? How do that work when the district? See, I don't know about the attorney stuff. When what y'all call it when they beat them boys and they locked up and they have be assigned attorneys? I wonder who was assigned to his case, and how do that work when somebody else, when the family pays them? Are they paying this attorney, or is the government paying? If the government paying this attorney, then the district attorney can appoint anybody they want to appoint. They don't have to appoint Shaka. I got it. Yes, sir.
Okay. And I remember you didn't you represent a Proud Boy? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I represented Zachary Real, one of the Proud Boys.
Did you have any folks from the community upset when you were representing?
I got none of that. And I'm talking about, and he was obviously still from that police barricade standoff for 8 hours. This is what I do. This is what I do.
And how long have you been doing this?
Almost 20 years.
So is this the first time that you've seen, because there's a petition that's also been put out that has about 2,000 signatures of people asking for you to withdraw from representing Cam King. Here is the 2,500 petition. Have you been posted?
No, I've never. And quite frankly, I'm not sure if it's the clickbait. Like, I'm not sure why this particular case, like why this one case, because you cover news, you cover violent crimes. You know, there are people getting killed on a daily basis in this community. I'm not talking about worldwide. In our city of Philadelphia, there are men and women and boys and girls murdered daily. They all have lawyers. So I'm not sure why this particular case. Maybe it's all because everybody involved in the case is black. Well, we're in Philadelphia. Out of the 1.6 million people in this town, most of the crimes in that criminal justice center are perpetrated against black people by black people.
Well, and we should mention that was brought up in the petition. If you look at what's on the website, it says, as a respected black attorney, Shaka Johnson's involvement in this case sends a chilling message to the black community that even those who claim to fight for justice are willing to defend known abusers, even those responsible for harming and killing black women.
Yeah, that's really sad rhetoric, and people should be really more conscious of their words and the things they put out to the unsuspecting public, because if they were to take just one moment, get from behind the computer and come down to the courthouse, you would see that the rooms are chock full
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand that. Philadelphia, the community, here we go again. The community, the parents did do the right thing. I'm not for Keon King, period, what he did, but I'm just saying, uh, why he can't represent the boy? Why how they going how somebody gonna say what can happen like that and what can't happen like that? I see what he said. I don't understand it. I don't understand it either, Shaka.
I think this is more about the reputation that I've garnered as a successful attorney. I think that's part of it. You have been very successful.
That's what I said.
You're too successful. Answer for a couple other charges. He's doing it for money.
Everybody work for money. They have to work for money. That's what pay your bills, your money. But he doing because the parent asked for him. The parent asked for him. Y'all act like he asked for them. No, they asked for him. This is a good attorney, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. If the parents don't feel comfortable with the prosecution because they don't feel comfortable. So this the man this smart like that don't mean that Keon ain't gonna win this one right here. I if the prosecutor don't go in there right, then he can win. But say I guess any attorney, district attorney, if he this man right here beat that. He's a good attorney. They know him.
Wouldn't really affect my bottom line. Okay, doing it for notoriety. Then what do we say about? I mean, I know we don't have that sort of time, but I didn't that. But I can give you probably 15 cases that I've done in the last maybe 5 years that are of higher notoriety than this. To be honest with you, right? So that's not it. People come to your office and they consult with you, and they say, "Listen, Alex, at one point there was a gentleman, giving you some grief, and they had to go to court. That gentleman had an attorney, right? So people have attorneys. That is part of the constitutional protections. What few we have left, those are the constitutional protections that are still in place. Due process. You get a lawyer when you are accused of a crime.
Right.
You get a lawyer of your choosing. Is this hurtful for you? No, I don't operate on the frequency of social media. I'm not on that bandwidth at all.
One last thing, just since you've been representing him even before these charges came out, and I know this is going to be, played out in court, so probably not too much you can say, but is there more that people have been assuming and trying to figure out all kinds of reasons? Is there more that we will learn about Keon King? Do you think he is mentally stable enough to do trial?
I think you're going to hear some more about Keon King, and the reason why I have been interestingly quiet, because I think you both know that I'm not afraid of cameras. I'm not afraid of a microphone. I will pull up a podium. That's what I do. In this particular case, you notice I have been definitely silent. I haven't said a single word. This is my second interview. I did one Friday and another one today on this particular subject matter, and nothing about the case, because I want to be out in court where the rules are different. The court of public opinion has no rules. You can do what you want, say what you want, like the DA has been doing so far. I am not doing that. I want this to play out in court where we have rules. Okay, we want to get you on tape saying this. Will you withdraw from this case?
That's right. That's right. He don't have to. He not. Y'all can't tell that man who to represent. Y'all can't tell that family who to represent. But the prosecutors better be ready to go to work. That's what they need to be ready to do. Because they got all the evidence what happened to Cater. Boy, they got a lot. They better make sure they got their evidence jammed. Boy. They better go at that. Oh, wait. Keon gonna be back on the street. I'm telling y'all, because it ain't gonna be up to what we say. It's gonna be up to what this jury think. I wouldn't withdraw either. Bad as I want Keon, locked up, it's still the system. It's y'all fault too. The system is y'all fault that this happened. Cause still with that first girl, he ain't even do no time with what he. Every law different in every state. Every law different in every state. Every state law different. Cause sometimes a woman don't have to prosecute the state or prosecute you. And he got out with doing what he did the first time free because she didn't go to court, but still the state could have took over that. So that's why a lot it's gonna take the community, y'all.
Side of the story. And I'm sticking to it.
Yes, thank you. We also want to mention, of course, that we've been talking with the family, and the family's more to say. We will also get their side as we played some quotes there.
But they asked
petition.
that everybody stop.
Me either.
Asking them for statements until.
All right, let's go to the other young man, Kirkland. Now the system failed that young lady. I agree with you to the point. I wouldn't withdraw, especially based on what the public says. Right. Can't stop that man from making it working. Prosecutors better make sure they got all their evidence in place. Because I don't think they got everything in place, y'all. They got a lot to prove with Cater case. Boy, they better make sure you got everything and prove that they got to have their evidence and prove that he did what. But can they prove that he did that murder? Can they prove that? They better be ready to prove it then. Now let's go to the next young man, Kirkland Warren, what he did. I'm just gonna play it on out. Y'all enjoy the video. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I want to thank, well, I got the other video to show y'all, but I'm just thanking everyone and want to thank the viewers, especially my moderators, and people come to the chat. Members get your membership. Thank you, workers, retirees, and the people. Now, y'all, he did this back in 2023, which ain't but 2 years ago. What he did. What's the boy named Kirkland? Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. And then before I go, we can talk about it. I'm just gonna play it all the way through.
She gave exactly what they asked for, and then he got out, and then killed 2 innocent lives.
Calls tonight for justice from.
Okay, this case is just like Keon King. The system failed. That young lady and let him out free. The system failed, period.
She gave exactly what, and then killed 2 innocent lives.
Calls tonight for justice for Michelle Melendez, from her loved ones and from victim advocates who say the system failed miserably. The bodies of Melendez and her 8-year-old daughter were found in a rural part of Clark County Wednesday, 10 days after they were last seen. Good evening. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Ray Gaswood.
And I'm Deborah Knapp. Melendez's boyfriend, Kirkland Warren, is a person of interest in this case. K2's Emily Gersh is at the Clark County Courthouse. Emily, what do advocates say went wrong here?
Well, I spoke with Michelle Barth, the president and CEO of the National Women's Coalition Against Violence and Exploitation. She says Kirkland Warren's criminal record shows he was an extreme risk of lethality to Melendez, and she doesn't believe he should have been released from jail earlier this month.
In this particular case, of all the hundreds of cases I've worked on, this, by far, is one of the most painful cases
cases. Melendez and her daughter were found slain in a wooded area in Clark County on Wednesday. Here is the timeline of events leading up to that discovery. Court documents show Warren was arrested on March 2nd for shooting at Melendez's home in December. On March 3rd, he was released on bail in order to have no contact with Melendez. On March 6th, he was arrested again for violating the protection order by calling Melendez from jail. On March 8th, he was released from jail. On March 12th, the last reported sighting of Melendez and her daughter, and witnesses say they were with Warren in his car. On March 18th, her family reported Melendez and her daughter missing. On March 20th, Warren was arrested and charged with tampering with a witness, violating a protection order, and unlawful possession of a firearm. On March 21st, Warren was named a person of interest in the disappearance of Melendez and her daughter, and a judge ordered that bail be increased to $1 million. They also ordered ankle monitoring. On March 22nd, the bodies of Melendez and her daughter were found. Family friend Jean Booth is Michelle's godmother.
She was so beautiful, so outgoing. She was a great mom. And Layla was the most gorgeous. She probably would have been a supermodel if given the chance to grow up. God, it breaks my heart.
Court documents show Warren scored a 31 on a danger assessment scale that only went up to 18. He also has an indictment for murder in Arkansas from 2017. Bart says the court system knew this information and failed to protect Melendez and her daughter. And when somebody ranks a 31 with a maximum of only 18, that should be a huge red flag to keep them locked up. So shame on the county. Shame on the county. Now, Warren remains a person of interest in this case, but police say he has not been charged for their deaths. Meanwhile, a grieving family is preparing to bury a daughter and her granddaughter as they wait for justice. The detective I spoke with said it's not an easy task to pass legislation that would keep dangerous criminals behind bars. She says the passing of the 2020 Tiffany Hill Act was a significant achievement, but although it wasn't applied in this case, there's no way to tell if it would have helped save the lives of Michelle Melendez and her daughter. On Wednesday morning, the worst-case scenario played out for the family of 27-year-old Michelle Melendez and her 8-year-old daughter, Layla Stewart. Their bodies identified, found in a remote part of Clark County. Vancouver police say Melendez's boyfriend, Kirkland Warren, is a person of interest, citing prior charges of domestic violence that include shooting at Melendez's home earlier this month. According to court documents, on March 6th, the Warren was released on bail. On March 12th, Melendez and her daughter disappeared after last being seen with him.
I personally would love to see that when we have a high accessibility, that judges will automatically order offender monitoring for our victims.
In 2020, Vancouver police detective Tanya Wolstein testified in favor of the Tiffany Hill Act, a law that allows courts to order domestic violence offenders to wear GPS ankle devices and send victims notifications if they are under assessment scale used to determine the risk of lethality to domestic violence victims. Anything 18 or higher is considered an extreme risk, but under Washington law, judges can only deny bail for capital offenses. Wolstein thinks it will take the whole community, police, prosecutors, legislators, and the public, working together to fight for a new law that would keep high risk of lethality offenders behind bars.
This is a big ask, and it's not something that it's going to require bipartisan support. It's going to require, I believe, the public to get behind this, because it does require a vote. It does require the citizens to say, we want this to be different in domestic violence cases where we have a high risk of lethality and we have repeated offenses, and we can show that the offender does pose significant danger to the victim.
After roughly 10 days of searching, Clark County deputies made the grim discovery. 2 bodies matching the descriptions of Melendez and Stewart were found off of a small road near Washougal. Deputies say they only searched the area after someone walking their dog saw something strange. Take a listen.
The person was out walking. off of an area just a little bit from here, kind of what they thought was actually a baby body. So, a deputy went out and checked it and then realized that they were actually 2 people deceased. Deputies made that discovery around 11 this morning. It was off of a single-lane road that accesses a few private properties. Vancouver police say they believe the bodies are those of Melendez and Stewart because they match their general descriptions and unique identifying genetic marks. The medical examiner's office will confirm the identities and the causes of death. And Vancouver police so far have identified this man, Kirkland Warren, who was Melendez's boyfriend, as a person of interest in this case. There is a history of Warren targeting Melendez, including a drive-by shooting that happened earlier this month, according to court documents. We're going to give you a quick recap of some recent events here. On March 2nd, Vancouver police arrested Warren for drive-by shooting, assault, and making threats to kill. He posted bail and was released, and was ordered not to contact Michelle Melendez, who was the primary victim of that shooting. The morning of March 12th, according to police, is the last time anyone saw Melendez or her 7-year-old daughter, Layla Stewart. A friend of hers was looking after the daughter and told police that Warren picked up the child with Melendez in the car. Melendez, according to that friend, was unresponsive and partially undressed at the time. A week later, on March 19th, Vancouver police issued a search warrant at Warren's residence, where he was arrested again for the drive-by shooting and for violating that order against him contacting Melendez. Police say they found her phone in Warren's possession when officers arrested him. Court documents also show police threatening phone calls Warren allegedly made to Melendez while he was booked in jail. 3 days later, officers found 2 bodies matching the descriptions of Melendez and Stewart in a brush near Washougal. And right now, Warren is being held at the Clark County Jail on a $1 million bond. We should also mention that Warren is facing a murder charge for a 2017 killing in Jefferson County, Arkansas. On Friday, a judge there revoked his bond.
Go to the system. That's the system. Failed another family. I ain't make it up. That's what's going on, y'all. If you don't get the community together, y'all get it right. Community, y'all got to do better. Y'all do better. In the key word, just like my mom said earlier, it's got to tell me what the key word of what she just said was trust. Can't trust. Trust the people in the community, but you got some people in the community that you can't trust. So that's a good thing. So don't give up on the community. Just do your homework. Hope y'all enjoyed today content, because it's reality, it's real life, it's not fake, it's for real. Okay? Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You can get the notification when we do live. Do go live. And I'm out, y'all.